In the noisy, crowded heart of Cat, Kampala lived Adimpe. 28, she was a woman born heavy, not just in body, but in spirit, always carrying the burdens of others without ever being asked. She worked at her aunt's fabric stall, her skin a rich, warm, dark brown that glowed under the market sun, her round face soft with kind eyes. She possessed a quiet strength, a generosity that seemed to have no end. One rainy Tuesday, fate intervened. She met Tendo, a drenched, shivering apprentice tailor, his dreams far bigger than his empty pockets. His clothes were soaked, but his eyes burned with ambition. Adimpe, seeing not just a man in need, but a spark of untapped potential, offered him shelter from the storm and a warm meal. That one act of kindness blossomed into a partnership. Adimpe believed in him. She took her life savings, every shilling she had tucked away, and combined it with her access to beautiful fabric scraps from the market. She fueled his ambition, providing the resources he needed to bring his creative visions to life. And Tendo was brilliant. His designs were a fresh, innovative blend of Ugandan tradition and modern daring cuts. They were an instant hit. The journey was dizzying. He went from sleeping on the dusty floor of a workshop to opening his very own fashion house, a sleek and stylish storefront that stood as a testament to their shared dream. In those early days, he would look at her with adoration, calling her my queen. He'd promise her, his voice full of sincerity, that they were in this together, a team against the world. Adimpe, wrapped in the warmth of his words and their shared success, believed him completely. She saw their future intertwined, a beautiful tapestry woven from her support and his talent. But as the bright lights of fame grew brighter, the shadow of Tendo's gratitude grew longer and faded away. His world expanded, and he became easily influenced by the polished, superficial realm of fashion influencers. He fell under the spell of a particularly thin, well-connected blogger named Zari, who represented everything he now aspired to be. Suddenly, the things he once cherished about Adimpe became flaws in his eyes. The rich, flavorful food she lovingly cooked for him, the very meals that had sustained him when he had nothing, were now dismissed as unhealthy. Her supportive presence at industry events, once his anchor, became a source of embarrassment. He started making small, cutting remarks about her weight, little digs disguised as helpful suggestions. He'd say things like, "Maybe you should try to look the part," his words chipping away at her confidence. He was subtly, cruelly, telling her that she no longer fit into the picture of the life he was building. The final, shattering blow came at a prestigious fashion launch. Adimpe was there, as always, ready to support him, her heart swelling with pride. But when an influential journalist asked Tendo about her role, he didn't introduce her as his partner, the co-founder of his success, his queen. Instead, he gestured vaguely and said, "Oh, this is Adimpe. She helps with logistics." The words hung in the air, cold and clinical, reducing their entire history to a mere transaction. She was no longer a partner, but an employee. The end came swiftly after that, in a cold, impersonal cafe. He couldn't even meet her eyes as he delivered the final, devastating verdict. He told her she was never loved, just convenient, a convenient stepping stone on his path to greatness. The woman who had given him everything was now being discarded like an old, worn-out garment. Heartbreak plunged Adimpe into a profound darkness. The world lost its color, and the weight of his betrayal felt heavier than anything she had ever carried. She felt worthless, used, and foolish for believing his promises. But from the very depths of her despair, a quiet, unshakable clarity began to emerge. A single thought cut through the fog of her pain. She was not convenient. She was a blessing, a gift he was too blind, too ungrateful to see. This single realization was not just a thought, it was a spark that ignited a powerful transformation. Adimpe decided to reclaim her life, not for revenge, but for herself. She started therapy, bravely unpacking the pain and rebuilding her sense of self-worth from the ground up. She joined a gym not with the goal of becoming thin to please someone else, but to become strong for herself, both in body and in spirit. She took all the energy she had once poured into Tendo and invested it in her own long-held dream. With her deep, intuitive knowledge of fabrics and a keen, natural eye for style, she launched a bridal styling business. She understood what made a woman feel beautiful, powerful, and seen on the most important day of her life. Her reputation for excellence, her warmth, and her impeccable taste spread like wildfire. Within a year, Adimpe was no longer the woman in the shadows. She was a celebrated, sought-after name in the Ugandan fashion industry. Her business thrived, a testament to her talent and resilience. Then came the night of a major fashion showcase, the biggest event of the year. The universe, it seems, has a sense of irony. Their worlds were destined to collide again. Adimpe arrived, but this time, she wasn't hiding in the background or helping with logistics. She was the lead stylist for one of the main designers. Commanding the room with an effortless grace, she wore a stunning gown of her own choosing, a vibrant color that celebrated her glowing skin. Her presence radiated a magnetic confidence, a light born from hard-won self-worth. From across the crowded room, Tendo watched her. His own brand, once the talk of the town, was now struggling. His designs lacking the heart and soul Adimpe had once inspired. He saw her, not as the girl from the market, but as the powerful, radiant woman she had become. His face was a mask of pure regret. He finally gathered the courage to approach her. He stumbled over his words, apologizing, admitting his colossal mistake, and pathetically asking for another chance. He said he was a fool, that he had thrown away the best thing that ever happened to him. But Adimpe simply offered him a calm, serene smile. Her heart was no longer a battlefield of pain, but a peaceful garden she had cultivated herself. She looked him in the eye and gave him her final lesson. "Tendo," she said, her voice steady and kind. "You didn't throw away the best thing. You revealed who you are. And in doing so, you gave me the greatest gift of all. You taught me that my worth exists whether you see it or not." And with that, she turned and walked away. She didn't look back. She left him standing there, a ghost of a past she had outgrown, a man left alone with the consequences of his choices. Adimpe stepped forward into the bright lights of a future she had built with her own two hands. A life where she was finally, unapologetically, the one who chose herself. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that celebrates strength, resilience, and the power of self-love. We'll see you in the next one.